Welcome back to the latest episode of Celtic Youth and Loan Updates here on the Celtsard here YouTube channel. My name's Josh McCafferty, and this week I will be taking you through how Celtic's loan players got on at the weekend, as well as how the B team have been doing. For regular updates through the week, you can check out my page on X at Celtic YL Updates, and you can check out celtsardhere.com for all the latest Celtic news. So firstly, we're going to start down south with loan players, and the first of those is Mikey Johnston. West Brom had a game last midweek with Plymouth. He started on the bench and he came on for the last 20 minutes and scored a brilliant goal. He's second for the club, receiving the ball at Wade. He drifted and cut inside and finished into the top corner. It was a great finish. He then started at the weekend against Hull City in a 1-1 draw and came off about 75 minutes into that one. Moving on to another of Celtic's loan players down south, and that's a man who has been exciting many fans recently, and that's Bosun Lawal. Scored a brilliant goal last weekend for Fleetwood, and he played for them away at Exeter at the weekend on Saturday and picked up an assist as his side drew one each away from home. He was named man of the match, and this one yet another outstanding performance from Bosun Lawal, who continues to go from strength to strength, playing in midfield for Charlie Adams' COD side. He even said last week, Charlie Adam, you can see why Celtic have him and he has the right credentials to be a Celtic player when he returns from his loan. Now, Celtic have two other players out on loan down south, and that's Liam Shaw, Wigan, and Sertak Spanovic, Stoke, but neither of them were in the matchday squads for their teams at the weekend. Moving back up north to Scotland, and a couple of midfield players Celtic have out on loan in the Scottish Championship. Mackenzie Carlson and Ben Summers were both unused substitutes for Queen's Park and Dunfermline Athletic, respectively. But Ben McPherson at Queen's Park started right back. He's consistently starting now. That's 4 starts in a row under former St Johnstone double-winning manager Callum Davidson. He's playing on the right side of a 3-5-2, but they were defeated 3-1 at Tannadice against Dundee United. The only Celtic loanee in the Scottish Premiership, and that is Kwon. He played for St Mirren at the weekend against St Johnstone, the Battle of the Saints. He started in it as a side won by 2 goals to another consistent performance from Kwon here, and he was very unlucky to have his goal chopped off. He robbed his man in the middle of the park just after the halfway line, dribbled forward, step over, beat St Mirren man, sat him down and finished into the bottom corner with his left foot. The passion he showed in his celebration was unreal. But VAR got involved and adjusting to his foul the player, the St Johnstone player, when he won the ball back, which was a shame because it was a brilliant goal that was scored by Kwon. A lot of comparisons to Rodri when he joined Celtic, and those are evident if you see him playing regularly for St Mirren. So he continues to do well in Paisley. Finally, the last loanee Celtic have in Scottish football, and it is in the Championship, and that is Josh Clark. He's a goalkeeper. He played for Celtic B first half of the season, but he did play one game for Airdrie. He joined them in August on an emergency loan, but he joined Ayr United on Saturday morning, and he was through into the starting 11 for Scott Brown's side against Wraith Rovers at Somerset Park, but they lost out by 2 goals to 1. The 19-year-old will be playing for them for the rest of the season. Celtic fans will probably remember him for his performance in the Glasgow Cup final last campaign at the end of last season, where he saved 4 penalties in the shootout against Rangers. So let's see how he can get on under Bruni's management. Moving abroad now, and Matthew Anderson, young left-back who was captain of Celtic's B team last season, 20 years old, returned to action for Admira Wacker, the second-tier Austrian club Celtic have a partnership with. They have not been in action since the beginning of December in Austria due to the winter break, but they returned at the weekend with a 3-2 win versus Reed. Anderson played the full 90 at left back. His side scored that 94th minute winner. Toby Oluwayemi, goalkeeper, is also on loan at the side, but he wasn't in the squad for this one. Johnny Kenny, who's playing for Shamrock Rovers over in Ireland, made his first appearance for the club since returning to them on loan, coming on for the last 11 minutes of their 2-1 loss away at Shelbourne on Friday night. Marco Tilio started for Melbourne City away at Sydney FC on Saturday morning and scored a brilliant goal to earn his side a 1-1 draw. On the counter-attack, the ball was punted forward to him just around the halfway line, took a brilliant touchdown to kill the ball, take it forward in his stride, beat his man, cut inside on his left foot and finished into the far corner as he opened his body up on the ball. It truly was a world-class finish from Tilio, and many were wondering as to why he was sent out on loan, because what he showed here was very much what few of Celtic's wingers have, a great finish from him, and he is beginning to do well over at Melbourne City since returning to the club. So let's just see how he progresses between now and the end of the season after the Asian Cup. Now moving on to the B team, they had 2 games over the past week and they secured 2 vital 1-0 wins. So first off, last Tuesday they took on Queen's Park B in the Glasgow Cup at the City Stadium, which is preferably or most notably to most fans known as Lesser Hampden. They won 1-0 thanks to a long-range Colby Donovan strike, and then they took on Berwick Rangers at the Excelsior Stadium at home at the weekend and won 1-0 yet again. Ben Quinn scoring the goal just after the hour mark for the boys. Now that in all competitions is 11 games undefeated for Celtic B, and they remain unbeaten in 10 games so far in all of 2024. Considering we are almost into March, they continue to do really well under the management of Darren Adee and Stephen McManus. Are playing some really good football at the minute, continually playing the ball out from the back, making some good passes and refusing to not just punt the ball forward despite their age and being young players. They like to play under the pressure of the press, and they continue to do very well. So next up for the B team, they have 1 game over the next week, and that comes on Wednesday night at home to Civil Service Straws at the same time as Celtic's first team take on Dundee at home. Now looking at our loan players, there are quite a few in action over the next week. Every Celtic loanee across Scotland in the Championship and Premiership has a midweek game and a weekend fixture. Bosun Laval also has the same down at Fleetwood, so it'll be interesting to see how everyone gets on. It will be a busy episode next week. So be sure to tune in next week to get all the lowdown on that. But today, thank you very much for watching this latest update on Celtic's youth and loan players. I've been Josh McCafferty. You can check out my account on X at CelticYL Updates, and don't forget to check out CelticsAreHere.com as well for the latest Celtic news. Once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.